Why is this the worst movie ever?
Like, picture a GTA 5 loading menu.
The most minimal effort movie you could ever possibly watch.
It's gonna be the next major religion.
Give you so much shit to talk about.
It was such a fun time.
Every single cut, the sound changes. I just cannot believe my eyes.
This girl just finds a bag of AKs.
1,000 times more dog shit in terms of filmmaking than just about every other film in existence ever. There's no way he spent more than $200.
Can we talk about this guy's range though?
This motherfucker made 6 movies in 2023.
They must have shot these movies back to back because the cocaine looks the exact same.
If you're gonna be bad, be the fucking worst. What is the biggest insult of a movie these days?
The dialogue is like written by a 12-year-old.
They think about their mortality and what cinema will be in the future.
It's the best at being terrible.
The lighting will be off completely.
There's not one decoration on any wall ever.
It's full clip for a snitch. Get that shit right.
It's just drawn out conversations where he's just trying to make the script long enough to meet a 90-minute runtime.
I don't understand how he gets all these cars.
This is not miserable to watch.
Zave in the movie, a character who literally sits in the same chair the entire movie and counts money and doesn't move.
A lot of shitty movies are played for laughs. These movies are so serious.
Not a single pixel of color grading.
Is he just making it bad on purpose?
There might be a world where this kind of blows up.
Do we think the Prophet has ever shot a second take?
He just gives the girls AKs out of his trunk.
Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood type of moment.
The amount of establishing shots that he reuses.
Maybe the actors forgot their lines. Who knows?
You let us down there.
10 kilos in a trunk harbors his best performance.
You can see a fucking coat hanger in the jail where there's no bars.
My girlfriend just texted me and said, I'm worried about you.
Anyone watching at home could grab an iPhone.
Killer Baby Mama has 4 half-star reviews, 2 1-star reviews, and 1 3-star review.
You've seen 5 films in your life. You can still point out so many filmmaking mistakes.
How do people click on these movies and watch them?
You know when you're in high school and you have like a PowerPoint due the next day, you used to
These movies are just hysterical and so much fun to watch with a big crowd, which is crazy because I've seen 2 of them by myself.
70% of the time, they're not even in the same room.
You'll be getting your stomach.
Dude, well, 1 and 2 are dramas.
Such a fun communal experience.
Well, we gotta set up a drinking game.
Because he's here to make fucking money.
Do you think that this movie will ever get to the point where it's like room status?
Sensei Rick Sierra.
He is truly one of the rare triple threats, writer, director, actor we have ever seen.
And it kicked off the Profittology cult.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
One of the worst performances of my career, and they never doubted it for a second.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Son of a bitch. He stole my life.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Welcome back to the Shot by Shot podcast. We have a very big episode for you today, but first, we need to announce 2 major trades that we have made. First, we have traded Oscar Trinick to the Average Film Enjoyer podcast in exchange for Evan. And we have traded Ryan McGuigan to the Fistful of Films podcast in exchange for Allan. Why did we have to trade my co-host? Well, because we got to a point of creative differences where it was just not meant to be anymore. And we had to part ways over a major altercation behind the scenes where they would not learn the way of the Prophet. And simply, I just could not be doing business with people who don't know the way of the Prophet, which is what we're here to talk about today. The greatest filmmaker of all time, our one and only Messiah, Mr. Jeff Profitt, who directed Queen of the Trap House. It's been trending on Letterboxd at the moment. I don't know if you've seen it, but we're going to get right into it. But first, why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Evan, why don't you start us off?
I'm Evan. I'm from the Average Film Enjoyer podcast with Trey, the film noob. Check it out. We just did an episode today with Jagger, the old co-host, who actually started the pod before I joined. We were talking about Poor Things, yapping about some Letterboxd top 250 movies. Check us out. We're currently reviewing Paul Thomas Anderson's filmography and going through the IMDb top 250. So check us out. We're reviewing Mad Max Fury Road on Tuesday. Trey's never seen it before, so it should be fun. Yeah, I like to watch movies. I give a lot of 5 stars. That's how it goes. I give a lot of 5 stars.
Same here.
Well, I'm Allan. Like Alex said, I'm from the Fistful of Films podcast. You should go check that out as well. We're kind of slacking right now, but we'll get back on our shit.
Yeah, what happened to the Denis Diaries?
They're coming, bro. We got Prisoners in the Pocket. It's coming out. But yeah, we did Tarantino's filmography. Now we're working through Denis on Enemy right now, I believe. So check that out. I also like watching movies. I don't give that many 5 stars, but I give 5 stars.
You love Malignant, though, right?
Dog shit.
So me and Allan have many creative differences, and this is the first time we've talked in person
on
video.
Yeah.
So you're probably very intrigued by our headline of that we have discovered the worst movie of all time. And normally with kind of film buffs, that title goes to a movie called The Room from 2003, which has a big cult following and plays in theaters frequently. But I promise you, it is peak, but we have discovered a much bigger shit show, and that is Queen of the Trap House.
Yeah. Speaking of The Room, I have a signed picture from Tommy Wiseau, and my brother they just did a screening of The Room, and my brother went and met Greg Sestero for the second time, and he remembered my brother and signed like a shirt and a movie for him. Like, yeah, that movie sucks, but the fans are insanely devoted. But where are the trendsetters here? Like, this is the next. I'm going to meet Jeff Profitt one day at a screening of Queen of the Trap House. Trust.
I'll be like that Joey Diaz clip on Joe Rogan. If I ever met that director, I'm not going to finish it. I'm not going to finish it. All right.
So yeah, we have discovered Queen of the Trap House, which if the name already doesn't give away, the film is complete dog shit. Just watch about 30 seconds in, and you will realize you're watching a YouTube video quality movie that has somehow made its way onto a streaming service known as Tubi. So the first question I'm sure everyone is wondering is, how the fuck did we discover this movie? And that is because shout out to my Uncle Ricky, who we know as Sensei Rick Sierra, who I was over his house one day, and I walk in the basement. He just goes, "You should be directing this movie. This shit's terrible." And so I'm sitting down watching this movie, and I just cannot believe my eyes that a movie like this exists, let alone has made it onto a streaming platform. Why is this the worst movie ever? Because this is the most minimal effort movie you could ever possibly watch. I guarantee anyone watching at home could grab an iPhone and make a movie tonight and make something at least on the same quality, if not better. So, real quick, both of you, Evan, why don't you start us off? What are your initial thoughts on Queen of the Trap House?
When you were talking about that there, I was thinking about, I feel like, okay, the amount of jump cuts in this movie is fucking insane. They cut every 15 seconds, and I feel like that's almost more effort than just to keep it a straight shot. Maybe the actors forgot their lines. Who knows? Shout out to Zave for counting stacks. Okay. One of the things we're going to talk about a few.
Real quick, we have a guy named Zave in the movie, a character who literally sits in the same chair the entire movie and counts money and doesn't move for the whole fucking movie.
It's peak. Also, watching, I think it was Getting to the Plug. We're going to talk about a few of his movies here, but I swear to God, they must have shot these movies back to back because the cocaine looks the exact same. They could probably just put that shit in like a backpack and they're like, yep, we'll use it again. Jeff's like, we'll save the money. He's really thinking ahead of the curve here, because all his movies are pretty much the exact same shit, except they exchange the main character for a cop at sometimes. When Alex brought this to us, he brought the second one, and he was like, "You guys need to watch this shit." I watch all kinds of bad movies. Shut up, Ferdinand, for making me watch all these shitty ass shark movies. I'm down for bad movies. I don't give a shit. I watched Mary Had a Little Lamb on Tubi the other week, which is pretty much Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, but worse. And so he brings this to us. I'm like, I'm down. Let's get it. We watched Party the first one. Did we do the first one before the second one? I think we did.
We did. I saw the second one first from my uncle, but when we actually sat down and watched it was the first one.
Yeah, so we watched the first one, and we were dying laughing. It was such a fun time. We got the boys around to just watch this shitty movie. Kiana with the absolute cannons, Zave count stacks, Tyreek in jail, which was literally a bedroom that they reused multiple times in this movie. Like the jail
There's
cells.
actually a closet. There's a coat hanger.
Oh,
all.
closet.
I'll
Yeah,
put
there's a
pictures.
coat hanger. Yeah.
If you're
Like,
watching on YouTube, you can see a fucking coat hanger in the jail where there's no bars.
it's so
Yeah.
funny.
It's
the jail
peak.
cell's my favorite shit. Tyreek is spitting like the dialogue in this movie is either the N-word, fuck, shit, bitch, like drugs. It is crazy. They top in Goodfellas super bad on the swear words. It's insane. And then we watched the second one, and we had a squad for the second one, and it was amazing. And it kicked off the Profittology cult.
Yes, sir.
And now it's just like every couple weeks somebody logs one of the new ones, and it's just pure illness, but it's so fun. I've missed out on the last couple watch parties. I'm sad about it. These movies are just hysterical and so much fun to watch with a big crowd, which is crazy because I've seen 2 of them by myself at this point. Three. You guys still haven't seen Choppa City Queens? It's actually peak.
No, we actually have not. You're the only one.
Jeff
who's seen that
Profitt,
one.
he's a gun runner in this one. He just gives the girls AKs out of his trunk of his like SUV. It's peak.
Can we talk about this guy's range though? Gun
Yeah,
runner,
shit, Allan.
lawyer, cop, fucking what's a mechanic? Like, welcome
Yeah.
to it all.
He
Just-
slaps
on
and
the
he's the greatest
glasses.
director of all time.
Yeah.
So
Actor, writer, and director triple threat. Jeff Profitt.
yeah, putting Ben Affleck in the ground doesn't stand a chance.
Dude,
But this is what I think is so notable about Jeff Profitt is that what I really discovered from watching these watch parties of Jeff Profitt movies is that is this movie absolute dog shit? Yes, and like it's 1,000 times more dog shit in terms of filmmaking than just about every other film in existence ever. But at the same time,
yeah, you talk about the room, and the room
Was
had
already
like a
saying-
$6 million budget. This was like $100, maybe $100.
Yeah. There's no way he spent like $20 on the fake money, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, there's no way he spent more than $200 on the
Couple
entire
sets of
production
Monopoly,
of
and
the
he's
film.
set for like 10 movies.
That's what's fun about it is that it really was such a fun communal experience of a movie because it's not one where like you need to be quiet and focus and like share your thoughts after. Like we're just talking the whole movie, just ripping on the movie, and it's so fun just pointing out like how bad everything is and just how minimal the effort is. Like if you look at the set design of this movie, there's not one decoration on any wall ever. Like it is as bland as ever. Like you need to try to make something this dull and just like bland of any detail, or like you need to try to make a movie this notably terrible. Like
Yeah,
like
it's
you
so
said, the jail is a closet. Like that
You can
takes
record
effort
it
to
in
make
your
that
house
dull.
and have more stuff on the wall than this.
And then not a single pixel of color grading, like whatsoever.
It's just white. Every house is white, and then it's just like recording in front of a fence. It's always
And
the
recording
park. It's the same park.
a park
Evan
bench.
said
Yeah.
that he some of his films that are like very similar and reuse the same things. It's the same fucking house with the white and red wall in every
Yeah.
single. But it really, that's what I'm saying is that like we've seen so many dog shit movies over the last couple years where it's like this is a much more entertaining experience than like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like just watching like a Jeff Profitt, like what is the biggest insult of a movie these days? Everyone says mid. Because mid is just so basic and in the middle where like a Jeff Profitt movie, if you're gonna be bad, be the fucking worst. And Jeff Profitt movies are the fucking
They're the worst.
you'll ever see. And because of that, it has some level of like value and notable. Just because it's like if you're gonna be bad, be the fuck like it's the best at being terrible. It's an achievement in bad filmmaking, and that makes it a fun communal experience to get a couple of your friends together and just rip on the movie.
We joke about The Room, but this is the exact same experience. I've seen The Room probably 10 times now. It's one of my favorite movies. I've seen it in the theaters twice and at home plenty of times. I did the Room drinking game and got fucking wasted by the end of it. Like, this is that same shit. It's zero effort. I watched Titanic 2 on Tubi like a week and a half ago, and it is literally, the Titanic sunk, we're better, and the Titanic 2 sinks the exact same way as the first one, and it is such a shit movie. Oh my god, that is not super entertaining. These movies are so funny. Like, yeah, it's terrible, like Alex said, but you get a squad together. These movies are so fun to laugh at. And that's what you're here for, right? Like, you're not there for a good movie, and you're just there to laugh, and they succeed in that. The dialogue is like written by a 12-year-old that just discovered swearing.
Wait, not only that, it's that the dialogue is also like to hit a feature film runtime. They're just the most dragged out, pointless conversations ever.
The phone calls in these movies are insane. The phone calls are like I said, the jump cuts are out of this world long, and it's just absurd.
I think it's funnier that like 70% of the time they're not even in the same room. Like they're just
incorrect. Fact check 100% of the time. They're not in the same room.
And then the lighting will be off completely. Like when they're outside, the sun will be hitting someone's back, and then in the other shot, the back as well. Like it makes no sense, bro.
And if you're watching on YouTube, we're gonna put some images up so you can see exactly what we're talking about. Just how different every single cut is and how minimal the effort is in these fucking movies.
One of the craziest things is that a lot of shitty movies are played for laughs. These movies are so serious in their tone. It is insane how serious they are. There is no intentional jokes.
Seriously, but this movie is like complete. Like the characters are dead serious in this movie.
Dude, all of his movies are so serious, and it is fucking hilarious how serious they're taken, and it makes it even funnier. Like, if these movies are played for laughs, it probably would not be anywhere near as good as how serious these movies take themselves. I cannot wait till we watch the horror movies and see. I sent a clip to the Real Talk Discord of the first 30 seconds of Paranormal, whatever it's called, and it's just a girl moaning and breathing super heavily, and then Alex messaged me, he goes, turn that shit off right now, we need to watch together. And I was like, yeah, you're right, I'll turn it off right now.
Factory of Paranormal.
Yeah.
Wow,
dude, that's gonna be so peak.
It actually is 65 logs on Letterboxd, which is one of Profitt's highest.
Yeah,
all these movies have under 100 Letterboxd logs, which is like that's an accomplishment in its own right.
It's so funny when we watch party one of them, and then it's like most of the logs are us. That's crazy to think about. I saw a review of, I think it was Getting to the Plug or Full Clip for a Snitch, and it was like a 2-star, and it was like, it's all right. Like, it's kind of mid. It's a 2B crime thriller, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? How do people click on these movies and watch them?
My Uncle Ricky, because he actually watched it thinking this would be a good movie. This would be worth his time. But
unless I directly go
to where we actually have people like George Carmy and Tyler Whitmore and Seth's films reviews who are actually like major film commentators who have now have to review these movies because we've gassed up so many people to watch and promote these fucking movies.
Dude, it was so awesome. Tyler's getting into it. Tyler was like on board. I think he did watch the second one actually.
You watched both?
Dude, I literally upgraded my Patreon to the highest tier just so I could have my name said during these episodes. I was like, it's worth. Again, there is something so special, and I think it's about bad movies that bring people together to just go hang out. Like, yeah, you can watch a good movie, like something like Cabin in the Woods, which is absolutely ridiculous, and watch it with the boys and laugh at how ridiculous it is. But then sometimes you're just in the mood for some real dog shit. And this is exactly where you come. There is a sea of bad movies, and we were lucky enough to find something like this where we can just indulge in absolute shit and have so much fun watching it.
But the other thing about that is that like the Profitt movies will like give you so much shit to talk about because there's so much like dumb, like lazy filmmaking that is like, even if you don't know the slightest bit about filmmaking, if you've seen 5 films in your life, you can still point out so many filmmaking mistakes watching a Profit movie, and it makes it so fun because it's always giving you something to make a joke about or something to laugh at. When you see shit like they're in the jail and they have the jail jumpsuits and one girl will have a zipper and the other has buttons, like just the most like just no attention to detail in any way, shape, or form. It makes it such a great communal experience of the film.
I rewatched Queens of the Trappist. I mean, you've watched it like twice in the last week, but
Actually,
I rewatched it
after Dune 2, which was an interesting perspective.
That's crazy. Dune 2 getting put to shreds.
Shreds.
The music, the scores in these movies
man.
They have one track that they were most of these movies have zero music in them, and if there's music, it's the same song the entire movie, and it's just like picture a GTA 5 loading menu. That's what it is for the entire movie. It's crazy.
Bro,
he's not exaggerating one bit.
It's the like the Tenet score, how it has that like electronic thump every like second. It's just that without the other instruments. That's all it is. And it's just so funny.
If you check out a trailer, if you're not interested in watching,
are there trailers for these movies?
There are trailers on YouTube.
Holy shit!
The trailers are actually like 4 minutes long too. Like they're long.
What the fuck?
Holy shit! I need to watch that because if you want to make a trailer for a Profit movie, it's gotta be 30 seconds of the only entertaining scenes in these movies that are not laughable. Holy smokes, that's crazy. Allan, do you follow 856 Films on Instagram?
What the fuck is 856
That's
Films?
the studio that makes these movies. Dude, you need to follow them. I saw today. Dude, there was a post literally on the story today, and it was like, it's movie night. It was watching Get Into the Plug, and it's like, I'm hanging out watching this movie. It's like, it looked like somebody else.
856?
856 Films.
Jersey area code.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. It's like Jersey phone numbers.
Holy shit. Amazing.
I actually just found out the Profit does not live that far from me. Apparently, he's from like South Jersey, like closer to Delaware. But
holy shit.
He's like not that far away from Philly.
Dude, I open my Instagram, the first thing I see. Streaming in July.
Streaming in July.
That's
856 Films.
Loving the drug game.
Love Inside the Drug Game. That's crazy.
Wow.
Jeff Profitt, dude. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this on the camera. Look at this title card. Oh my god, that is crazy.
That's the other thing. When we talked about how lazy and minimal the effort is, it's like, when you're in high school and you have like a PowerPoint due the next day, it used to make basic. Jeff Profitt made a movie, like a last-minute Microsoft PowerPoint homework assignment. The font is the laziest fucking shit. It's like Arial blank font. Like, it's whatever's like the fucking basic one. That's what he uses.
Yeah.
Like,
bro,
that's how minimal the effort is. That his production company is a white screen and basic blue. That's how little effort put into any of this shit.
That's his first movie, and then the other ones all after that are like, okay, you can copy my homework, but don't make it too obvious. And this is the same movie over and over again.
So I think it's a good time. Why don't we'll go around one by one, and we'll just each point out something that the Profit does in terms of his filmmaking that makes him stand out as truly the best at being terrible. So, Allan, why don't you start us off with what's you think one of those standout filmmaking trademarks of the Profit?
I think the amount of establishing shots that he reuses, like in Getting to a Snitch, the car pulling up behind the other car with
hold on. It's full clip for a snitch. Get that shit right.
Wait, isn't it? No, wait. This is 10 kilos in a trunk. Yeah. Sorry. They're so peak. They all get mixed up, man. Like, it's oh my god. I mean, yeah, they're so great. Like, I can't like put them apart, but I mean, yeah, the amount of times he uses the same establishing shot. And I don't understand how he gets all these cars. And they're not like shitty cars, bro. He's got like Benzes and fucking
Cadillacs,
Range Rovers and shit pulling up. Like, where's bro getting this money? Is this Tubi money? Like, I'll make a movie and it'll be better than this. Like, Tubi, hit me up, bro. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite stuff right there.
My favorite thing is that he puts himself in all of his fucking movies, and it is the most serious role ever. Motherfucker is stone cold locked in. We got the Santa gifts of him just KO'd on the couch, and they're hysterical. In Choppa City, Queens, he's a gun runner, and he's like stone cold. This girl discovered. You guys have to watch it. This girl just finds a bag of AKs in the side of the road.
There he is.
Look at that shit.
We're gonna put the graphic up for everyone watching on YouTube. We're gonna put it up over the screen.
That is exactly what I mean. He puts himself in the movies in the most serious role. A lawyer, a gun runner. It's crazy. And also the fact that he is making this many movies and doesn't give a shit if they're good or not. What a W.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that. It is hilarious how we got some good gifts of the Prophet that we're gonna put up as well, because it's just the best moments of the Prophet films are when you see the Prophet itself. Yeah. It's just the name is so perfect, the Prophet. Fucking, it's so perfect when he comes on screen and you've seen a couple of them. It's just fucking. His roles are always the funniest fucking character.
Yeah.
And he's always the only white dude in the whole movie.
Bro, it's like whenever he pops up, it's like prime Marvel. You know, when you're all excited about Endgame, all these cameos. Every time he pops up, everyone's cheering.
Yeah, it's like Stan Lee, but like better.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Stan Lee put himself as like a major character in the story,
and just ran away with the role,
and just stole the show.
Yeah.
But
dude, it's not even semi-major. He's a major character in all of his movies.
He is. But I think the most major signature trademark of the Prophet is his sound design and editing, where every single cut, the sound changes. So it's like if traffic was louder when they film one person, if they film a conversation between two people and traffic was louder for one person, like one person talking, the traffic in the background would be loud as shit. And the next person, you'll hear birds chirping. The sound design in the conversations does not match at all. On top of the fact that there's he edits where most people edit right to when the person starts speaking, but there's like a pause, waiting.
Yeah. It's like you hear. It's like cut. It's like action, but they edit out the action.
Well, I think that's on purpose. You know, like how Tenet, Nolan uses auditory, storytelling. I think it's the same thing here. Like it's on purpose. It's not amateurish or anything.
There's a part of me that thinks he makes these intentionally terrible because things like the pauses in the editing, the changing sound design on every cut, the no decorations on the walls. I'm like, is he just making it bad on purpose because he knows that people are watching these to make fun of and giving us shit to laugh about? A part of me does wonder if he's making it ridiculous on purpose. But
I don't even think that's crazy to say.
It's really not, but a signature trademark for sure is just the change in the sound on every fucking cut of the movie.
Yep.
And the phone calls that feel just so unnatural.
The phone calls are insane shit.
My favorite phone call, 100%, is the one. I think it's Getting to the Plug. I don't know what movie this is, bro. They all mix in, but this girl's in jail and she's using the phone that visitors use, right? Like the window and shit. She's using that to talk to someone on a cell, on the other side of the city, and it's just the funniest shit ever, bro. Oh my god.
Do we think the Prophet has ever shot a second take of anything?
There's no way.
Frank Sinatra style one take wonder.
If he does, I feel like it's only his performance.
He's like, I could do that better.
The Prophet's locked in. He's locked in when he's performing.
Yeah.
Do you think that he gives a shit about the actors' performances? Do you think they just were like, oh, a crime thriller? Also, we need to talk about how Queen of the Trap House 1 and 2 are dramas. There is 2 scenes of violence between these two movies, and it's collective 3.5 hours of movie. It's crazy. I was expecting badly edited gunfights, and there's a gunfight at the end of both movies, and that's it. It's crazy. It's dialogue for the entire time.
It's just drawn out conversations where he's just trying to make the script long enough to meet a 90-minute runtime. It's pretty much the whole fucking movie. And it's not he's just filling in the gap scenes in between the big scenes, and then it's like he needs some filler to get it over the hump. Like it's the whole movie is like one big
Yeah.
filler scene.
And it's so crazy because Queen of the Trap House 1 is an hour and 39 minutes. There are 70-minute
God.
movies that are way better than this. He is drawing it out beyond the point of, yeah, it's fine to put on Tubi. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think Evan touched on it. We got to talk about the Prophets' performances because
Oh
it
my
really
God.
does just make the film when you see the Prophets show up in a movie. It's like like I said, it's a great communal experience, and just seeing him recurring, it's always like a Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood type moment for the audience when he shows up on screen, and just how locked in he is, and he's just a character, and it's hilarious. So, what are some of both your favorite moments of the Prophet on screen?
Dude, my favorite shit is when he's in Queen of the Trap House talking like a straight gangster about Tyreek. And he's like, he's talking in gangster slang, but he has these super white guy glasses on and is so serious when he's doing it because none of the other characters are serious. They're super stereotypical gangsters.
Dude, Tyreek in Queen of the Trap House is laughing like every line delivery. He's like laughing as he says it.
Yeah, it's crazy. His performances are so over the top serious, and he writes himself the most ridiculously racist and over the top profanity filled dialogue, and it is so fucking funny to watch. The fact that he writes these movies is just perfect. Holy shit, none of us have seen Violent Justice. We need to gaze that. I'm going through his filmography. Wait, he's the main character. He's the main character in that movie.
That's an OG gem, apparently.
It has one watch on Letterboxd.
Wow.
And it wasn't us. Wow. We should be disappointed.
Shout out, by the way, we were the first ever people to log 10 kilos in the trunk on Letterboxd. It had 0 Letterboxd views the other night until we upped that number. So
W.
You're welcome, Mr. Profitt.
Dude, Killer Baby Mama has 4 half-star reviews, 2 1-star reviews, and 1 3-star review. Dude, I can't wait to watch.
We probably should have done this earlier. Let's read off the names of the Profitt films. Because if there's something the Profitt knows how to do on a level that no other filmmaker can, it's name his fucking movie. So let's read them off. Starting off, we have Violent Justice, followed by his venture into the horror genre of cinema with Factory of Paranormal. Then we have Something Crashed in the Woods.
We need to talk about the poster for Factory of the Paranormal because holy shit, it is terrible.
We'll put it up on for everyone.
I gotta look at this.
The masterpiece doubleheader of Queen of the Trap House, followed by the much anticipated sequel with Endgame, Empire Strikes Back level anticipation, Queen of the Trap House 2, Taking the Throne, once again starring Kiana.
Kind of a hard name, though, Taking the Throne.
Tendency, still an unseen one. Then we got Getting to the Plug, a low-key fan favorite, which we all agree is one of the best in Profitt's filmography.
His best for sure.
Then we got Evan Shem, Chopper City Queens.
Holy shit, it's peak.
Followed by Just Called a Body. Then Shit Got Real when Keisha Takes the Block.
Holy shit.
My favorite title, Poor Baby Mama. Then we got 10 Kilos in the Trunk and his latest addition to the collection of Profittology Cinema, Full Clip or Snitch.
Holy shit. Speak.
Right to the point on all those titles.
Dude, let me read my review for Chopper City Queens. Profit, check. Cannons, check. Counting money, check. 5 stars, check. One of the most intense climaxes I've ever seen in cinematic history, and a beautiful story of rags to riches, backed by the classic Profitt scene transitions and lack of score to really enhance those incredibly dialogue-driven scenes. Absolutely amazing.
Oh my god.
Read my Queen of the Trap House review.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
We need to hear this in the voice of the one and only Barack Obama.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
As tears drip down my face, I am struggling to express these powerful emotions into words. Queen of the Trap House 2 is unlike any film you've ever seen. pure cinematic brilliance that would even make Martin Scorsese's jaw drop to the floor. It blows my mind how it takes Quentin Tarantino 4 years to make a film while Jeff Profitt cooked up this masterpiece in just a few months. This film has everything you could want. Gritty realism, beautiful decorative set design, thrilling, intense, and atmospheric sound design, hypnotic music, dynamic lighting, multi-dimensional characters, intense, well-choreographed action sequences, seamless scene transitions. But most of all, acting so believable you won't be able to take your eyes off of the screen. Not to mention the best plot twist since Empire Strikes Back, which you will never see coming. Profitt's visual, artistic expression, mixed with his beautifully poetic dialogue, may be a lot to process on just a first watch. He is truly one of the rare triple threats of writer, director, actor we have ever seen. Every rewatch will touch your soul on a deeper level and be prepared to see the world differently after this inspiring story. Criterion Collection needs to get on it.
Cinema is the gateway to the soul. People often ask why art matters. Art matters because of the way it infects your bloodstream and emotions, the way it moves us and inspires us to see the world differently. While there may be a question as to whether or not some films are art, there certainly is no question when it comes to Queen of the Trap House. When we hear art, we think of the masters of all art forms like Da Vinci, Mozart, and Shakespeare, but the experience proves that they walk so Jeff Profitt could sprint. Says, to all atheists reading, I ask you this: how do you deny the existence of God and divine intervention when you witness the masterpiece Jeff Profitt has blessed humanity with? Profitt combines every tool in cinema, such to craft cinematic poetry. And while much can be said about his remarkable invisible editing, captivating score, or immersive sound design, no film is complete without a moving and thought-provoking script. I once denied the power of dialogue in film. Profitt proved me wrong. While we wrongly give more attention to dialogue of writers such as Quentin Tarantino and Aaron Sorkin, true cinephiles understand that the triple threat of Jeff Profitt is the cinematic artist who will leave the largest footprint in history and inspire not just the next generation of artists, but the generations which follow them as well. This world is far from perfect, but we all as human can come together and be thankful to share the same earth as the Prophet.
The funniest reviews are the ones who people randomly stumble upon them on Tubi and they're like, yeah, this is a Tubi movie. That's my favorite shit.
I have a theory that they actually give him like a decent amount of money to make these, and like whatever he doesn't use, he gets to pocket. So he does the most minimal effort shit to be able to pocket the most amount of money he can.
Yeah. I am curious if he makes any money off these, or if he's just like naturally rich and just likes making shitty ass movies.
Bro, we discovered he has like short films from like his younger days.
Oh my god!
The other night.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of them?
I saw like a snippet of one.
Dude,
oh my god! Like, what
Eric's
is this,
review.
bro?
Holy shit!
What was it?
We're getting crazy head. Hold on.
Profit?
The anti-prophet, the antichrist.
That's fucking great.
That's crazy.
Beautiful.
Speaking of Martin Scorsese, I think Jeff Profitt is the embodiment of, like, you know, when these old directors and some of the late great ones like Kurosawa, Kubrick, you know, what they think about their mortality and what cinema will be in the future. I think this is what that is. Jeff Profitt.
Yeah.
It's the embodiment.
Do you think that?
What's up?
Go ahead, Alex. Oh, do you think that this movie will ever get to the point where it's like room status? Like,
once everyone's podcast, yes.
I feel like the Real Talk episode might. I'm gonna be checking
Start
the
of
logs
Dominoes.
of this movie like daily to see if people actually watch it, because that would be crazy. And we just see Jeff Profitt. He checks his views one day. He's like, "What the fuck? What is going on?"
It's just gonna take over the world. I think it's gonna be the next like major religion.
But yeah, I would actually be. I'm so excited to see what they say about it. Like I feel like this is room level filmmaking where I mean it's not that, but I mean the budget for The Room is insane. Tommy Wiseau is mega stacked, so it makes sense that he put all his money into it. But like, I feel like this might be hopeful thinking, but there might be a world where this kind of blows up. It's definitely wishful thinking, but I just think that would be so funny.
Yeah, I think. Well, honestly, I got to give some credit to the Prophet real quick. Genuine credit. The Prophet is a fucking hustler. This motherfucker made 6 movies in 2023.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He
is pumping these movies out.
This motherfucker pumped out 6 movies in 1 year. Are these movies? Is that a showcase of how minimal effort is being put into them? Absolutely. But honestly, most dudes ain't pumping out 6 movies a year, even if they're complete shit. So the dude is a hustler. His name fits. His name is Jeff Profitt for a reason, because he's here to make fucking money. He's just pumping out movies and getting whatever ad revenue he can, because his job is, that's why he has these crazy titles, because he wants you to just click on the movie. You see Killer Baby Mama and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And from curiosity, people click the movie and he gets ad revenue from that. And because he invested no money into these, it's like his name. It's all profit. The Prophet is a fucking businessman.
Tubi is there specifically for that, because I've watched a lot of dog shit movies on Tubi, and like, yeah, they suck, but I watched them. Like, I sat through them.
It's
that
free.
director got paid. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of people that actually like watch these like without even thinking like what great and bad filmmaking is.
But I've seen
Exorcist.
some. Dude, holy shit. Okay, no, Shark's Exorcist is not nearly as bad as Jurassic Shark. Jurassic Shark is way worse.
Oh yeah, Jurassic Shark is dog
Alex,
shit.
I don't know if you've seen any of these terrible shark movies.
I've seen a couple clips of Jurassic Shark.
Ferdinand in the Real Talk Discord pumps these recommendations out like candy, and let me tell you, I just watched No Way Out, a 2024 release, and it's about a plane that crashes into the ocean in a place where there's still some air and the plane is sealed, and then sharks invade the plane. It is fucking hysterical.
Man,
like Tubi is that place, and shit, man, Jeff is getting a bag, pumping out. Like, I like to think that he's just having fun making these movies. I don't know if that's true. I hope it is true, because like,
I don't think he is. I think he's just like fucking serious shit.
Yeah, like, we're having fun watching him. I hope he's having fun making them.
But yeah, honestly, like, this is like what you get with this whole streaming era, and like these streaming services are just pushing to have these big catalogs and film and content, is that they're so desperate to have a lot of movies that you can scroll past to make it feel like, oh, we offer, 1,000 whatever movies. And then you get shit. You actually click on the movie and it's shit like this. It's like 2 guys arguing in a fucking playground.
Oh man.
But again, it's like, it's so funny. We make fun of him, but like, it's like you said, there are dog shit movies that are miserable to watch. This is not miserable to watch.
Like
get
the
Outwaters.
Boys,
get your friends. Yeah, the Outwaters. Fuck that movie. It's like Skinamarink, but worse. Get the Boys. This is like watching The Room. I've seen The Room so many times. I love those kind of movies. This is one of those kinds of movies, and we talk about how terrible it is, but like, there's ways to enjoy shitty movies, and this is one of those shitty movies you could enjoy. I know Alex showed it to his little brother and little cousin today, and he sent us a picture of them watching it, and it was hysterical. But like, I guarantee you, they're gonna go tell their boys, like, yeah, my family member said showed me this shitty ass movie, and it was hysterical, but so bad. And that's like, it's such a fun genre of like a niche ass genre of movie. Like, yeah, we talk and rag on them, but like, there's a market because sometimes you're in the mood for something this bad. And if you're in the mood for something this bad, go watch this because it's fucking hilarious and you will have a good time laughing at it.
Yeah, and like it's like I said, like it's an accomplishment to be it is the best at being terrible.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna be bad, like the Eternals was fucking boring as shit. Like
Yes, it was.
a shit boring movie that's so unmemorable. A Profit movie is genuinely a more enjoyable experience and actually is like a communal experience that can be like it's so fun when we get a group of people together for a watch party and watch a Profit movie. Like it's a great communal experience.
The plot is boring as shit, but the acting is so bad and the technical aspects of the movie are so bad that you get to laugh at them, and that is an awesome viewing experience. It is so much fun. We managed to gaslight so many people into watching these movies, and they always laugh at them. Like, that's what we're talking about here. We're not here for like peak ass movie. We're here to have fun, and this is having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And
I kind of love that.
I'm always intrigued when I like I gas a bunch of people up, like my friends in real life, about like, yo, you got to see this movie. It's the best thriller of the 21st century. I always think it's funny to see like how long someone makes it into a Profit movie before they turn it the fuck off. It's like a gamble. It's like, oh damn, this dude actually made it 40 minutes.
Dude, but if you go all in, like, that's respect, and you just kind of get that's why I bring comparisons to The Room, and so do you guys. Like, it's that same kind of shit. It's so bad it's good. And like, people will say it's so bad it's good to like the Fast and the Furious movies and stuff, but there's two different kinds of so bad it's good. There's the high budget so bad it's good, and there's the made for like $55 dirt poor so bad it's good, and those movies are hysterical. And we were lucky enough to find them through Allan and Sensei Ricky, and oh my god, they're so fun.
Hey, Rick.
I think there's like levels to that dirt poor like category though, like because some of these, like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like physical agony watching them, and they last like 3 hours. But then there's some like Getting to the Plug that I actually find pretty enjoyable because they're bad, and like I don't give them like a half star like the other ones.
That's like one of the reasons I actually watch these shark movies Ferdinand sends me. It's because they're like not even 90 minutes long, and their CGI is so fucking horrendous that you just sit there and laugh at them. And that is my favorite shit. Like, sometimes I'm just in a mood to laugh at a movie. Like, obviously making a movie is hard, but I'm still gonna laugh at it. I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna laugh.
I don't mind laughing at this because it's just so obvious that like if someone works real, you could tell really put their heart into a movie and it just sucks. Like, I would never rip on it or make fun of it or encourage like making fun of it. But like, this motherfucker very clearly put minimal fucking effort. Like, you couldn't patch the cut in to have the pause before the guy said the line. Like, you couldn't change the sound effects so it's not a different sound in the same conversation where they're supposed to be in the same room. Like, the effort is so minimal that like it's total fair game to make fun of these movies.
Oh wow, absolutely.
I hope like if he sees this though, he doesn't get like sad, you know. I hope he like knows that we fuck with him. Like, he's a chill guy.
That's the thing. We can't tell if he's being serious or not. So it's like, I want him to see this, but I also don't want him to see it if he's trying really hard and he's like, oh, people don't like my movies. Then I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad.
I'll put it this way: like, if you were to put most people's like student films, like every film they ever made, all like publicly, like there's a lot of dog shit like it. So it's like maybe Profit's like learning how to make them, because I'll be honest, like I'm gonna give credit right now to the Profit. He probably knows more about filmmaking than like a lot of dudes who are like love to criticize shit. Like, he's actually really gone out there and made and completed a movie, like completed a script, casted actors, made a movie, which is an accomplishment in its own right. Like, he's probably learned more than a lot of other dudes. And maybe if you really wanted to pursue it, could evolve into like a more talented filmmaker. But the motherfucker put out Queen of the Trap House with the most minimal fucking effort ever. So like people, you cannot watch that movie if the balls of the people are not going to make fun of that shit.
But it's there. It exists. He did it.
Yep. I look, you want to say, but hold on, I need to sort these by newest.
Yeah, we didn't watch his movies in order. I kind of want to watch them in order.
I want to say he's getting better.
I'm so curious to see if there's an evolution because we're just watching them by like how funny the descriptions sound.
Bro, I don't get it. Getting to the plug, like I feel like he had like some cool sequences, like the alleyway. Whenever he does the crazy editing and there's an action shot, it's entertaining. I'm not gonna lie.
Kilos in the trunk.
I was like, oh shit, yeah. And then he goes to 10 kilos in the trunk, and it's like, what? Like
Dude, I need to watch
that one. That one's the worst Profit. Like I think
is it really?
Profit. I think so.
It is. It's
I don't know.
The greatest movie of all time. It's way better than It's a Wonderful Life and Rudolph and Home Alone and all them. But it's the worst Profit.
But the sad part is I think 10 kilos in a trunk harbors his best performance. So it's like man, like it's like a double-edged sword. Like your best performance, but it's your shittiest movie.
I don't know. Getting to the plug was a pretty good Profit performance.
I feel like when we gaze the horror movies, it's gonna be a whole different level unlocked.
You might be right, Alex. I don't know. They're both up there, but like getting to the plug is actually like not draining my soul and physical energy when I watch it. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been times like after we did the first watch party, like I remember going to the movie theater after that, and I don't remember what movie I'm watching, but I'm sitting in this movie theater watching a whole other movie, and I'm just thinking about Queen of the Trap House and just sitting in the serious movie, just cracking up to myself like the Joker psychopath, like, I'm like cracking up in public, just thinking about it. I'm like, this shit ain't real. It's like it's some funny fucking shit. So like if you get a group of people together and watch a Profit movie, you really could be in for like a genuinely like very fun enjoyable.
Bro, we got to set up a drinking game. One of these.
You could literally have like someone I heard wrote a letterbox review saying this, like you pick out of your hat your like favorite bad filmmaking element, whether it's the non-matching sound or the amount of establishing shot is reused in the film, or the amount Jeff Profitt touches his glasses as a lawyer in Queen of the Trap House. Great drinking games for the Profit. You'll be getting your stomach pumped.
Dude, we'll do if there's more than 5 cuts in 30 seconds, take a shot, and we'll be it's over.
It's so good.
I feel like you can expect a Jeff Profitt horror film episode coming soon after Killer Baby Daddy. That might be warranted. Because we haven't seen how he handles spooky shit. And from what I've seen, it's peak.
When's Princess of the Trap House coming out? This
year. I don't know when.
I think it's
in the summer. I don't think it takes him very long to make his movies.
He most definitely does need to make Queen of the Trap House 3 ASAP.
It's coming. It's coming.
But yeah, like you said, like we have discovered, like there are bad movies. We have discovered the worst movie of all time. And yeah, is anyone of any? I think we've pretty much covered the entire of the Profittology. But
when you messaged us and you were like, "Let's do a Profit episode," I was like, "What the fuck are we going to talk about?" But this has been so much fun, just yapping about it. I did not think we were going to last 53 minutes, but.
Here we are.
I mean, there was like 3 minutes we cut out at the beginning because Alex was holding a very like distinguished pen in his hand. Let's get the fuck into it, and I thought it was so funny.
Alex, do you have cards?
Yeah.
Do you have a jungle sitting in front of you? Oh my god, that's at least 8 trees.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
I'm
so glad we got to talk about this shit. It's so fun. And yeah,
everyone's up a good point though, because like it's like back to the point of like if you're gonna be bad, be the worst. Like the Eternals, I would have nothing to say about genuinely. Like the Profit movies literally actually give you an insane amount to talk about because there's so many filmmaking mistakes. Yeah, like there's so many things you could point out and talk about. It's actually great for generating conversation. A Profit movie.
Yeah, you don't want something boring. that is like not a boring movie, but boring filmmaking. This is not boring filmmaking. It is terrible filmmaking, and it's fucking hysterical to talk about.
I want to say I think we low-key just have only scratched the surface of like 2B filmmaking.
Dude.
Because while Profitt might be, our messiah in Profittology, I think this might be
12 disciples coming.
This might be a religion that's multiple deities, multiple gods. We might be
maybe Profitt is just one of the Moses was not the only prophet. Maybe Profitt is just one of the prophets in the many holy Mecca of Tubi.
If we discover another one, expect the three of us to binge their movies and we're gonna have bring an episode to you.
Sensei Rick, I know he's the big Tubi guy, so
and then we can do a collaborative Tubi director ranking.
Holy shit, that would be crazy.
Actually, before we wrap this up, do we want to do a Profittology ranking?
Man,
I actually do have
as much.
I have the PCU ranking updated on my letterbox.
PCU is horrible.
The PCU. In first place, Queen of the Trap House Part 1. Naturally.
We're going straight from first to last.
I was going to go last first, but
okay, I'll go last first. Okay, in last, Getting to the Plug. Unfortunately, it's still a 5-star at peak. And then next, Full Clip for a Snitch, actually pretty decent. And then Chopper City Queens, which you guys need to watch because it's fucking hilarious. And I think most of the budget in that movie went to getting guns because he's a gun runner. That guns that didn't look like toys. They still look like toys. But
a gun runner, I'm sold.
It's peak. It's hysterical. These girls need money, and they discover a bag of AK-47s. They're like, oh, let's sell some guns. Queen of the Trap House 2, and then Queen of the Trap House 1. Because 1 is better than 2, unfortunately.
With 2 don't have well, nah, I can't spoil anything. But
no Zave.
Yeah. It was Jeff Profitt. We've given you are our messiah, but you let us down there. We wanted more Zave, and we didn't get more Zave, and we're not happy about that. Who else is going to count the money, bro?
Yeah, Kiana can't do it all herself.
Exactly.
For real.
All right, Allan.
Next year, Alex. All right. Unfortunately, I'm missing 9 out of the 13 chapters of Profittology, but I got 4 big hitters. Unfortunately, the last is going to be 10 kilos in the trunk. Sorry, I'm getting flabbergasted.
Tomorrow, I need to watch this movie ASAP. If it's that bad, I cannot wait.
But yeah, that is not great. Next after that, we have Queen of the Trap House, the first installment, of course, for obvious reasons, like we've already talked about.
What the fuck?
Oh, wait, no. 2, sorry. I got it mixed up. I'm telling you, man.
God.
This shit mixes together. Bro was actually fucking hurt.
Yeah, bro. Zave. Justice for Zave.
No, okay, yeah. Sorry. Queen of the Trap House 2, Taking the Throne is my 4th. Or my 3rd. Sorry.
Hard name.
Yeah, it is a good title. Then we have Queen of the Trap House on number 2. Getting to the Plug, reigning supreme.
Dude, I need to rewatch Getting to the Plug. Holy shit.
It's it's the only one I don't have at a half star, so let me say it's better than Malignant. It is better than Evil Dead by how do you say his name? Fede Alvarez. It's better than that.
Yeah,
but
off.
Here we are.
All right, my rankings of the Profittology. Starting us off, we got 10 kilos in the trunk. It has some silver linings in it. It's just drunk Jeff Profitt sweater. One of the most poetic cinematic images I've ever seen in my life. It's beautiful.
W.
Then we got Keisha Takes the Block.
I need to watch that one.
Yeah, same.
You watched that with Trey. Trey gave it a 4.5.
I did shout out to Evan's co-host Trey, the film noob. He was a part of that watch party.
I think that's the only one he's seen.
Memorable Profitt film. I think that is. Then we got Killer Baby Mama. Title speaks for itself. No spoilers.
Wait, you watched it?
I actually didn't finish it. I watched half with Sensei Rick. So. Then my
girlfriend just texted me and said, "I'm worried about you. You should go to sleep." And I said, "I'm busy recording fucking Profitt."
The fact that before we started this, Evan told me that his girlfriend watched one of the Queen of the Trap House movies.
Yeah, she watched the first one with us.
Really love you. The fact that she stayed with you after that, she must really love you.
Oh my god.
Then we got at number 3, Queen of the Trap House 2, throwing the movie that started the cult of Profittology. Shout out to Sensei Rick on that one. Also, the greatest plot twist in cinema history since The Empire Strikes Back. You won't see it coming. I don't care how good you think.
I already forgot it.
You ain't seen that coming.
That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
Number 2, we got Getting to the Plug. This one actually was so fucking entertaining. Like this, there's just so much
It's peak. It's peak.
in this for a Profit movie. Like way more like actual conflict and like interesting shit going on, like a comedic perspective. Like this was by far the funnest one, like as a movie.
But as the shot of him looking out the window.
You got an undercover detective getting to the plug, as the title suggests, at its peak.
And the plug is just a lunatic, bro. Actually, that might be the best performance of any Profit movie.
That is one of his memorable. What was his name again? Fucking, I can't believe I forgot. It was Naomi. Was the one. There was Jamila.
Darius. What a beast, bro.
That's what I'm saying. There were great characters in this, but then of course number 1, shout out Zave. Shout out the guy in the park. Zave does overshadow that guy
in the park.
That park is fucking class. Queen of the Trap House 1, the movie that started, the ultimate entryway. Profittology.
Kiana supremacy.
All day. But does anyone have any wrap-up thoughts on the Profit? I don't know if anyone's still listening to us at this point. We've gone pretty long.
Go watch one of them. You can pick any of them. Just watch one. Yeah, just watch one.
Yeah,
you can pick any of them. Go watch Getting to the Plug.
See it for yourself before start your own judgment based off our thoughts.
Yeah,
you really gotta lay your eyes on it. See what you're missing out on. But yeah.
But thank you for watching. You can follow both of these guys subscribe to both their podcasts, the Fistful of Films podcast and the Average Film Enjoyer podcast, and subscribe to us. Maybe we'll, at some point in the future, dive into the Profittology once again. We know this is a much anticipated episode, but we'll be back next week with another episode. Maybe we'll if Ryan and Oscar, learn the way of the Profit and move past their ignorance and open their minds to the cult of Profittology.
Oscar's the one being a little bitch because he hasn't seen any of them.
Oscar's still seen none. We're very disappointed in him for that, but maybe we can persuade him to learn the way and we can get Shop by South going again. So we will see what the future holds. You never know. Thank you for watching.